Well, I think you would have to be sleeping at the moment if you thought there was nothing going on with the weather. There's certainly a lot going on, and there is more things to come. Thanks for clicking on to the Monday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. What a difference morning makes across the British Isles. These were the temperatures yesterday morning: -7.5 at Senny Bridge, minus 7.4 at Benson in Oxfordshire. No such frost this morning to speak about. Maybe a couple of isolated spots in parts of the south and southeastern half of the UK, but certainly it's all mild compared to what we've had. Fairly strong winds ushering in mild temperatures as high as 14 degrees in parts of eastern Scotland as of recording, and certainly, like I say, a very different story, that's for sure. Very interesting morning across on the continent. These are the scenes that we're seeing across in France with, farmers and growers in high alert of sub-freezing temperatures, way below freezing temperatures away from the coastline. And this is the second year in a row that this has happened. Very warm temperatures in March of 2021, and we're seeing very, very warm temperatures in March of 2022, and that was followed by record-breaking cold temperatures, and we're seeing the exact same thing again. What you want to put that down to, what you want to attribute it to, you're welcome to hazard a guess, but there are certainly things going on at the moment that is very interesting indeed. Actually, I put this tweet out because we've seen a national average minimum temperature of -1.5 Celsius across France this morning. So that is taken into account all the weather stations, and it is the coldest. So this morning was the coldest April morning on record since records began back in 1947. So a very big deal indeed this morning for such extreme cold across the board. We're seeing locally temperatures in some mountain areas of -20 Celsius. Nantes seen the season's coldest temperature, -6 this morning, and that is the first time that city has recorded -6 and the coldest temperature of the entire season in the month of April here. So a big deal indeed. And like I've said already, there's been temperatures of record-breaking levels down into Spain. So a lot going on, like I say. Very interesting as well, by the way. The memory that I received on Facebook yesterday showed this here, and there's a couple of interesting things going on here. So this was following the record-breaking 22 Celsius that was recorded in a Boyne or Fyvie Castle, somewhere within the Aberdeenshire area, should I say. I think the Scottish record for the warmest March day fell first of all in Fyvie Castle, and then it was followed by a Boyne, I don't know which one's which, but anyway, we did see the hottest March day on record in Scotland back in 2012. This was the forecast a week later. A widespread area of 10 to 15 centimetres of snow, especially over high ground. What a snap in terms of weather pattern. This, folks, is the forecast that the BBC has put out for Tuesday of this week. And I'll show you irony in all this. Look at the day it's showing. So Tuesday, it's indicating that we are going to see, in the mountains at least, a widespread 10 to 20 centimetres of snow. Look back to 10 years ago, and we've got Tuesday, the same day. So, I know it's exactly 10 years ago, but how strange is that? And it's going to be very interesting to see what takes place as we progress through the month of April overall. So very interesting things going on, that's for sure. And looking at the chart here, this is the 2-meter temperature anomaly chart for this morning. Warmer than normal across the UK. Of course, we're seeing warm air getting penetrated across the British Isles with strong gusty winds. And of course, that is in a sense enhancing the cold over the continent. The focus being over southeastern France and into the Alpine region. That looks as if it's where the core of coldest air is at the moment here. And remember, 10 days ago, we were talking about temperatures. I believe there was a 30 degrees in Austria. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think there was a 30 somewhere within Austria back 10 days ago. And we're now talking about temperatures, even at low levels, below freezing, even by daytime, and well below freezing by nighttime. Up into the mountains, a few, a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand meters above sea level, we're seeing temperatures into the -20s. So just a remarkable setup here, remarkable flips in pattern as we're going forward here. So what is going to be interesting is all eyes on this next couple of days here. We've got a very big area of low pressure on the south coast of Norway, as you can see here. Very mild air getting driven in across the British Isles. We've got the area of high pressure that's brought the very, very clear cold night across more or less all of France, into the north of Spain as well, into the Alpine region. As I play through the loop here, what we're going to see is we're going to start to see a feature coming through. The cold air is getting filtered down into the far north of Scotland. As that moisture hits the cold air, naturally we'll see snowfall above, say 200, 250 meters above sea level. This is Tuesday, tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. As I play through the loop, you can see here that we're going to see some very significant contrast in temperature here. Let's have a quick look actually at the UK, because we're going to see some very, very interesting things in terms of the variation in temperature and weather over the next 24 to 36 hours. So as you can see here, we've got plenty of rain. We've got, plenty of persistent rain at that, getting driven into the central belt, into the West Highlands here. But of course, you've got the colder air over the north and the northeastern half of the country. So while we could be seeing temperatures stuck in low single figures in places such as Aviemore, Aboyne, up to Loch Lisgarnock, up to Altnahara, where we're seeing heavy snow breaking out, could be looking at +12, +13 down into Glasgow, Prestwick, Dumfries, for example. And this is going to be the interesting scenario as we go forward. Looking at the 2 meter temperature for the same period here, and we'll be able to see exactly what we're looking at here in terms of the variation, the gradient. So we're talking about freezing here across the north. We're probably talking about, +10, for example, in the central belt and southwestern portions of Scotland here. Go back to the overview chart here, and we'll play through the loop, and you can see what takes place. So we've got that cold air to the far north, warmer air to the south, and the big gradient in temperature, as I've said already. Once that area of low pressure, by the way, scoots on by, then the cold air will come south, and we'll see much colder air getting driven right down into England and Wales here. With that, we need to keep our eyes on snowfall down to lower levels, but also down further south here across the UK. I'll skip back a couple of frames because we've got a very significant feature coming across the north of France, southern portions of the UK as well. We need to keep our eyes on that. This is on Thursday morning. So like I say, there is a lot of weather to speak about, a lot of things going on at the moment here. So let's just keep it right here. I'm going to keep you up to date as best I can. I'm going to stop it right there because I've got a few things to get done, but I do want to keep you abreast of the situation as we go through this week. Very quickly, show you the GFS snowfall for the next few days here. So notice Northwest Highlands through the Grampians, the Cairngorms, we'll see the snow building up here. Notice there's nothing even close to the central belt because of the warmer air. And then as I play through the loop, we'll start to see the snow coming to lower portions of the British Isles here. In fact, the GFS is not really that enthusiastic about snow further south. So this latest run isn't showing snow as much to the south as what the initial runs were, the earlier runs. But we'll keep an eye on it as we go forward here. Lots going on. Keep it right here on my YouTube channel. Keep it on markhoganweather.com. I am writing an article about the cold over Europe at this moment in time, so do check that out when it's available, and I'll let you know when it's available as well. Hopefully that will be later today, and I'll be back again hopefully tomorrow with more. Have a great Monday. Bye for now.